Aquarius, this is your week ahead tarot card reading by Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It's a message for Aquarius, sun, moon, and rising sign. This is an energy reading, so please take it where and how it resonates in your life. It is your message. And if you're not an Aquarius, but this has popped up on your feed, this is definitely your message because it's an energy reading. And the only reason why you would have, it would have showed up is if you called it into you. And it always arrives at just the right time. And this is where your message begins. It's almost like there's a secret. It's almost like there's abundance that you don't want to share, or that you that you're not quite sure about yet, but it's still there. So you have the major arcana. Maybe there's some sort of pregnancy that you're keeping to yourself, because sometimes this is all about fertility. This is the Empress card. So she's all about tangible resources. She's all about prosperity and fertility and doubling down on everything that you have, and just abundance that pours out. It's joy, but it includes joy too. It includes a sensual gratitude and appreciation, a sensual abundance. So it's all the good stuff, but also with gratitude, with joy, with with true appreciation for it. She is often pictured as pregnant because that represents her fertility, her level of being able to reproduce this abundance, right? And generate more. She is prosperity, essentially. It is what she's the picture of. And yet we come along with the Two of Swords. Now, the Two of Swords is minor arcana. So this is a choice that you're making of some sort. And a lot of times it's, I'm not going to say anything. I want to place my bets, but I want to see what's going on, and maybe not necessarily brag about it or talk about it, but there is a bunch of abundance here. There could also be different kind of decisions that you still have to make with what to do with what you have, or what you know is growing. But you also have the Ten of Pentacles too. This was a hidden energy. Ten of Pentacles is the basically minor arcana version of the Empress. She's this would represent Taurus energy, by the way. This is prosperity. This is reliable prosperity. This is tangible resources, but also home, also having deep set roots. This could be a big ticket item that you're about to purchase. Lots of times you're buying a house, or there's more value to something that you own than you thought you had. So there's just prosperity here. But ultimately, you have these two most prosperous cards here. And then we have, but I'm not sure, or but I don't know, or I don't want to say anything. Because a lot of times this is, let me sit with this for a second. Let me not talk about it. It's certainly, I'm not going to brag about it. It's like knowing you have something to the point where you don't have to necessarily question it. But interestingly enough, the Two of Swords it's a patient energy. It's not necessarily questioning. It's a patient energy. It kind of says, I have to sit with this for a while. I don't know what to think or believe. Maybe I need some more information to come in, or I'm not ready. I'm not at a place where I want to discuss this. So honestly, God, I really want to understand why the Two of Swords. What's going on? The Death card. Oh, you can't choose which to end. Or it's almost like you have to decide which to finish, or what has to come to an end. Basically, because of this, there's a new beginning. Or, I think you're not ready for the extreme changes that are about to happen in your life. There's a little bit of disbelief. Remember, the Death card is just clarifying the Two of Swords. It's not predictive in and of itself. So it's almost like there's a fear here of change, of how dramatic and drastic this change in your life is going to be. That's a wonderful and humble response to such levels of prosperity coming into your life. I think it also marks sort of cosmic justice in a situation that you didn't want to have anything to do with. You kind of wanted the fates to decide it yourself. Also, remember Pluto, which rules Scorpio, is very much in Aquarius right now. So it's supercharging you, it's supercharging your capabilities, it's supercharging your life with its extreme nature, with its gravity, and as it conjuncts each of your natal suns, you will feel the power and the pull, and you will get anything you ask for, anything you want. You will make it happen, and people will move the out of your way. So there is just this energy of ready or not, here I come. But you don't want to say anything about it. You don't want to talk about it. No, I think that you know how much your life is going to change, and it's a little uncomfortable. And I get it. I totally understand that. But let's see where we go from here. There's more indecision. There's a huge financial change that's coming. You're weighing out the pros and cons. You're trying to understand. It's almost like, I don't know what to do with all this. Happy birthday, Doug Denny. Let me say this. This is almost like you're saying, I don't know what to do with all this abundance. I don't know what to do with this. Like, how am I going to handle it? Because there is something very abundant and very joy-filled here. But it brings up that question of, this is going to change my life big time. How do I? You are handling it beautifully, it seems. You're letting it be. You're acknowledging the instability. You're acknowledging the fact that you're blessed. You're acknowledging the fact you're being gracious. You're filled with gratitude. Allow those things to be what guide you into staying humble, which will root you and help you transition in this really dynamic time in your life. We have Four of Pentacles, which is you will get to a place of stability. You are coming to a place of tangible resources right now. There may be that something is owed to you, like maybe money is coming in and you're trying to balance it out right now because you're kind of pissed that it hasn't come in yet. But at least part of it is coming in this week over the next 4 days. So you will feel that there will be a certain level of leveling up or resources to support your needs. That's coming in now, that's coming in soon. Let's get a moon card. Oh, your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. Well, the new moon in Capricorn could be a time. No, new moon in Capricorn. That's interesting. But I think it represents the fact that, yeah, this is a brand new phase in your life, because there's abundance that's coming in, is starting to trickle in little by little. It tells me that there's consciousness here. The Empress isn't a subconscious energy. None of this is a subconscious energy. All of this means that this is a result of something that you've done, something that you've created, work that you've put in, and there's success here. So it has to do with your enterprise. It has to do with your vocation. It has to do with your work. There's success here. So there's a foundational value here. There's a foundational, I know I'm worth it. I know where this value comes from, right? It could also be rules, laws, regulations, anything that has to do with departments or offices or governments, situations that govern any of this. There's that sense of it's lining up for you. So this could be your tax refund coming in. This could be some sort of settlement that's coming into you. It would have been something that you'd been dedicated to. And then you have the 10 of Cups. So it's going to make you very happy and filled with joy. Your family is going to be proud of you. You have the 10 of Pentacles and you have the 10 of Cups. I can't imagine a happier, more successful reading. I can't imagine it. Like, it's just really beautiful timing. It's really perfect energy. It's going to add it's almost like it's going to add a blessing to your home, if that makes any sense. Holy crap. All right, well, where is all this coming from? Can you just give us there's no way that you wouldn't already know where all this is coming from. Why? That's a good question. Why? Can we answer it? So questions will be answered. When the why card comes out, questions will be answered. And I think the Two of Swords is all about that. It's still that contemplative energy of why did this happen, where, okay, there's an answer that's coming in. Okay. So what is the answer? What is the answer? What is the question? Like, what are you guys waiting for? What are you guys waiting for? The Hanged Man. Why? It's almost saying, now you're going to understand why you had to take the risks you had to take, and you had to go through a period of such vulnerability where you were hyper exposed. All of this prosperity, abundance, all of these blessings coming in answers that question. It lets you know that it was worth it. It wasn't in vain. It lets you understand things from a different perspective, or it's like you had to lose something to know how to appreciate this and what you have with this. So that's what it's saying. Okay, that's really interesting that would come up. So there's a really strong humility about this. There's Justice card here. There's some sort of explanation that's coming your way. Could even be through a court case or some sort of issues that you've been having with that, Aquarius. Justice is all about things finally balancing out, the cosmos making a decision in your favor that said, yeah, you're right and you're owed this, that something else wasn't right. It had to shift. It could have been over the last year that you've been going through something that was just really crazy and tumultuous. But you're going to get an explanation for it. So whatever you've been experiencing, whether this is a legal issue or something to do with work, or you didn't know why something broke and you couldn't figure out how to fix it, you're going to understand why it broke, how to fix it. You're going to understand why somebody brought you to court and why they put you through what they put you through. You're going to understand why the business was failing, right? You're going to get the answers that you need to be able to succeed in the future. And that's where the 10 of Pentacles comes in. That's where the Empress is coming in. It's like you're going to be able to maintain this prosperity because you're not just going to get the value that was owed to you. You're also going to get the answers to understand why all this shit happened, so you can fix it, so you can repair it, so you can improve upon the situation, and so that you can maintain it and protect it and make sure that this shit doesn't happen again. So you're also getting the intellectual value. Okay, well then I'm curious. What is the intellectual value? Like what is the lesson learned for Aquarius? What is the lesson learned? 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 Heart chakra, to open up your heart. It had to do with opening up your heart. So it had to do with humbling you. It had to do with making you see things from a different perspective. It's like it took something away from you, maybe that you weren't appreciating. And that's that Plutonic energy. That's I'm going to teach you a lesson. It's going to hurt, but you're never going to forget it. And it's going to change you completely. So it's almost like the version of you that you needed to be to deserve all this is who you are now, but it's not who you were before. So partially the why is you had to transform. You had to become somebody that was more connected to your God space. And that's what the heart chakra is all about. It's all about listening to that voice inside of you. That's what it's all about. Heart chakra. Holy crap. Beautiful energy. This is Leo energy. It's absolute love, but it's divine love. Maybe you had to just understand how to listen to your heart. or to allow yourself to be open and vulnerable, even if that meant being an outcast or getting made fun of or taking huge financial risks. It's almost like you had to learn to listen to your heart, and how amazing your life can be when you decide to listen to your heart and not act in fear or even this toxic pragmatism that kind of disguises itself as intellect, and but really is a way for you to get out of trusting your heart, and but with good excuses like, oh well, I can't risk this now. Because it's almost like, no, you had to learn to leave yourself wide open and vulnerable and feel how scary that is, but still find your faith and ground yourself in that faith, and then through that faith find a way to something bigger and better than you imagined. Right? That's what it is. That's the opening of the heart chakra, and that's your why. Let's get an angel message for you, and then we'll see what happens next. Angel message, busy times. Okay, interesting. I think it's almost like in some ways the universe needed to call you on your bullshit because you weren't allowing yourself to love the way that you could. Busy times and multitasking. Take charge of your schedule during this busy time and honestly assess your underlying reasons for being busy. What did you have to prove? What did you need to feel valuable and worthy? Was it all external? It's almost like God is calling you to become more internal, right? And find value in places that you were ignoring or overlooking. Maybe it was all about the money, right? And that can't be where the abundance is coming from. You have to have both of those balanced elements, not just about the money, just about the work, but about your family being happy and everybody being healthy. And maybe you were about to lose one of those things or leave the important stuff out, right? And now you get both. Then we have stress reduction. De-stress your mind, body, and schedule as you need to rest, recharge, and revive. These cards are telling me that you're actually going to get a break from work. You don't have to work as hard as you have been. That abundance is going to flow for you, and you'll be able to have that sort of work and home balance that you desperately needed. Let's see where this goes. I'll see you in the extended.